And for whatever reason, he went searching in the car, the woman's car, and found these ecstasies. He immediately...
the drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's never seen the woman use it with him. So he assumed she's using it with another person. So automatically the woman has cheated. I ordinarily will not advise anybody to pray, because we all know if you really want things to go well, pray. But God also gave us brains to make sure that we have that sense to make things right.
Handle some shit.
Like he said.
Yeah.
It's always best to know what your partner went through growing up, because whatever it is, he's definitely going to pick certain things he learned from his mom or his dad.
Exactly.
For women, sometimes we see our mom making noise about nothing. Normally it's men.
Makes me happy.
Men like to ignore so many things because they feel like women are always nagging about one thing or the other. We are never satisfied. They feel we are complicated, so they ignore all our nagging, our shortfalls. But nobody will nag if you are doing the right thing. The man decided to cheat because he wants to cheat. A woman decides to cheat because she feels she's lacking something in the relationship. So
No, please take that one again.
Wait.
We will let this pass. We will let this.
Okay.
We will let this pass. Please do it again. It's another Friday, and as we always do, we have a beautiful guest here who has written a very nice book, and it's the reason why today we are here. So we give the opportunity to our guest to introduce herself.
Okay, so I'm Edith Agbeli, known as Miss Judy. I'm an accountant by profession. I'm the author of Beyond Perfection, and I'm a risk manager also. Am I supposed to say anything else?
Yes, say everything. You are married with 10 kids.
I'm married with boys. I'm the only lady in my family, as in my husband and the kids. So I'm pampered a lot. What else? I think that's all for now.
Oh, okay. So before we go into today's discussion, what is the inspiration behind the book?
Okay, so...
You woke up one day and decided, okay,
yes,
I've enjoyed marriage so much that I want to write about it.
So I used to write, years ago, a lady introduced me to a group on WhatsApp. And they normally talk a lot about relationship, love, and all that, the struggles people have in marriages. And there was one day that a lady sent me an almost naked picture of her because the husband has not been looking at her for close to 2 years. And with conversations with her, it really felt bad, because how can you live with a man you are in love with? The man comes home, he doesn't want to talk to you and anything. So we went through a couple of counseling, talking and everything, and it kind of helped her. And she talked about, why don't you put certain things in a book? I actually didn't listen. Nesta had also previously been advising me to put certain things in a book. I'm always like, I'm not ready to do this. So fast forward, I woke up one morning. Fast forward, I felt I was having challenges in my marriage. Those kind of not feeling fulfilled when you wake up in the morning. So I started trying to put one or two down, things that I felt could make it better. So that's how we ended up writing the book.
So you ended up putting two things that will do what?
That will make both couples feel okay in a marriage.
Okay, let me get this one clear. The things that you put together, is this something that you practice on your husband and it worked?
Oh, yes. There are things that I have practiced, that I've advised people to practice, that has worked. I believe that life is simple. Why complicate things with so many things? Marry someone that you think you belong to, that complements you. The foundation of marriage is what will make the marriage work or not. So if you want to enter into a relationship, make sure that whoever you are going into the relationship with, someone that you are ready to live with, someone that his shortfalls are things that you can complement, and your shortfalls are things that he would complement. So I basically decided to put down things that and advice that I've given to people that I believe work for their marriages and relationships also.
Okay, so it's beyond perfection.
It's
Basically, when you were having challenges in your marriage, you decided to write about things that were working for you or things that you hoped would work for you.
They were not actual challenges. In life, we all want more.
Okay.
And if you've been married for more than 5 years, 10 years, all that, you feel bored in your marriage. What would make it better?
Okay.
What would make you feel appreciated every day? That would not make you want to sway off your marriages.
Okay.
Men get bored easily. That's what they've been made to feel from Bible verses and all that. They feel like they can cheat and it's okay with us. What will make a man come home and feel welcome at home? In the olden days, our mothers were housewives. So the man comes home to a welcoming mother, a welcoming wife. But now we are all working. We all need the money to be able to survive. So you don't come home to meet a wife who has cooked your dinner. You also sometimes have to compliment, to go to the kitchen and cook. So, and if you are not getting all these little things from your man, you kind of feel bored, you kind of feel tired. People wake up at 4 o'clock, get the kids ready whilst the man is still sleeping. And you are wondering, what is he bringing to the table aside from making love to you and giving you money? That's not what makes life worthy for a wife. So what other things is he helping? If I leave my clothes there, is he going to pick it up? If I am tired, is he going to take care of the kids when I'm not around and all that? So little things that make life easier, that will not make you feel bored in your marriage. Basically, that's what I was trying to put up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
And you said beyond perfection. So that is the angle we want to take the conversation from, like beyond perfection. So is perfection? No, I mean before that. I mean, let's look at the picture. Have you ever experienced? I'm taking it from you.
You're taking it.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
How would I say that? You're
But it's always you that I see when
you can tell your eyes.
it's always you I see when I turn my
Your eyes are not. Your eyes are not. If you can see, yes, your eyes are not.
If I see you, then I'll come here and see, and I'll come here and see. It's, the clockwise upbringing. So that is it. Yeah. Have you experienced anything that looks like perfection? I mean, when it comes to relationship, I'm not even talking about a romance or romantic relationship or whatever it is. Have you ever experienced any situation? It can be in your job, it can be relationship with friends, it can be relationship with family, and then we contrast it to maybe your relationship with somebody outside that sphere. I'm talking about romantic relationship. Have you ever experienced something that you might think is close to perfection?
You're asking me.
No, I'm asking.
You can see just me.
Yes, just you.
First of all, it begs the question what perfection is. And perfection, I would understand, will be something that falls in place without any other, for want of a word, like a very sweet relationship in the sense of everything is right, everything is going very well. But I am of the notion that nothing is perfect, or there's nothing like perfection, because there will be issues, So if there are issues which can either go south or maybe be resolved, there's nothing like perfection. So I would first of all say that I don't believe that there is perfection out there. Rather, people can work things out and make it a very good situation, or maybe a very good relationship. So to say.
Okay, so from everything that you've experienced, you are always working around to solve issues in those relationships. You haven't had a relationship where, everything. I'm not even saying to the end of that relationship, but maybe from the beginning, in the middle, you didn't experience anything that looks like perfect to you.
So there may be moments that feel so nice that you can actually maybe equate it to being perfect, or maybe a perfect moment once in a while. You get it. But I also believe that every relationship is work in progress always, because every other day and its situation that may happen to you, changes come. And when changes come, what do? It's either you adjust or you stay adamant and say that I won't change. So I believe that every relationship is a work in progress every day, and how you try to get better. Just as she said a while ago, after a long period of being with someone, things may get so bored for you. So you may want to do things differently just because that's human nature practically. So definitely you have to find ways of making it better or crossing every barrier as in when it comes. So yeah, okay. That's what I think.
Nayram, Tell us a story. Any perfect situation?
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying that. Yeah, he told us a story, so you used to tell us.
Whatever he's calling my story. I don't know if it's a story for you.
Yeah, so you tell us any situation that you've experienced.
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. I'll probably say my first relationship. I was a teenager. We didn't have any issues. I don't think so.
So
it was just we were just there. It was just fine.
So let's do the contrast. So looking at your first relationship, would you prefer that currently you experience the same thing in your relationship now if it has to happen? Like you would love to have that previous relationship in your current situation?
No, I don't think so. I think at this age, if I'm with someone who is behaving like that, I would think the person is being fake.
Okay.
Because back then we were young, like we were so innocent. You've not been through things. I've not been through things. Nobody has shown me pepper, that kind of thing.
They are showing you cucumber.
So, I mean, it was pure. What we had was so pure. As my age now, after everything I've seen,
how old are you now?
I'm old. That's what I say.
Okay.
Everything I've seen and all that, I can't even be that person. Like, I can't be innocently trusting. I can't believe everything someone will tell me without questioning the person. Nah, no.
Okay. So when it comes to perfection, now, okay, or when you hear somebody talking about perfection in a relationship, do you think it's far-reached or is something that is not attainable?
I think it's attainable.
Perfect relationship is attainable.
Yes, you can have a relationship that works perfectly for the two of you. People can look at the two of you together and say, what you have is not perfect, but it's what works for you. So if it works for you, why not?
So in a nutshell, perfection or perfect relationship pertains to individuals.
Yeah, it's a definition you give yourself,
the definition
right?
you give to it is what you may call it.
Yes.
Okay, that is what you are saying, yeah. Me, when it comes to relationships and what I've experienced, when it comes to what is perfect, I always look at it from, like you said, what works for you, and the moment that even the two of you in a relationship, you can even say it's working for me, and I like everything that is happening around the relationship, but the other partner may feel like it's not working for me.
Them, yeah.
You understand?
Exactly.
So in that situation, you are calling it, oh, I'm good, it's perfect, it's nice, but what about the other person? So to me, for perfection or maybe I will leave it to her because she has written a book on it. For perfection to be attainable, for us to have a stabilized relationship or relationship that we call it perfect, should it be suitable for both of us before we call it perfect? Because for all you know, I'm fine. Whatever is happening in the relationship, I'm good. I'm not complaining. It works for me. It makes me healthy. It makes me like sane and everything. But that other partner sees it otherwise. You understand? Mm-hmm. So in that situation, how would you going to term that kind of relationship?
I want to believe that perfection is when both of you are at peace. Both of you embrace each other's flaws and are able to make things work. Relationships that are one-sided would obviously fall apart. It has to be both of you coming together to make it work. Two people willing and able to tell themselves that I want to make this thing work. We are going to communicate everything out. And it's not just communicating. We normally talk so much about, good communication works. Nobody actually knows how difficult it is to talk to someone who has a lot of mood swings. You know that you talk to the person, the next day he's going to give you attitude. The next moment he feels like you've hit a nerve. Communication has to do with both of you listening, paying attention, the other person being able to comprehend what you are saying, understand it, not in his own ways. So for a relationship to be kind of perfect, it's both of you willing and able to be at the same point at every point in time. That's take a lot of work. Just as you buy a new car and you are working on it on a daily, checking your oil, washing it, that is marriage. Both of you have to make sure that you are fueling it. Both of you are changing the oil, making sure that at any point in time, both of you are at peace with each other. Not one person leaving the house and feeling like, I don't want to come home. Most men delay in traffic. They get to the gate and they are in their car for close to 30 minutes, now wondering.
They're psyching themselves before they get in.
It's so much work. Are you welcoming your husband home? Is he welcoming you home? On days that you cannot make it home early, is he ready to take care of the kids, pick the kids from school? You are coming back to a home, not a house full of chaos. That is what marriage is about. Making sure that both of you are embracing each other's flaws and complementing each other. So both of you need to be at peace, not one person feeling like. Normally it's men.
No. Makes me happy.
Men like to ignore so many things because they feel like women are always nagging about one thing or the other. We are never satisfied. They feel we are complicated. So they ignore all our nagging, our shortfalls. But nobody will nag if you are doing the right thing.
Exactly.
So it means that they are lying completely. I mean, entirely. Everything they said is a lie. About women, it is.
I believe men love little things. I believe we've complicated so many things, feeling like women are complicated. We are not.
We are not.
It's
So
the basic.
talking about
I'm
men,
so happy I
talking
hear
about men staying in the car, is something I realized when I was also growing up. My dad will come home, and then he'll be in the car for like 10 to 15 minutes before he steps out. To me, the kind of marriage he had with my mom, it wasn't toxic. It wasn't my mom wouldn't complain. My mom is that girl. Like, whatever you give to her, I mean, she doesn't even mind. Yeah, so she's not, I've never seen them fight. I've never seen them quarrel or anything. Like, maybe they do it in their bedroom or whatever, I don't know. But my dad will come and park, and engine will be on, and this man will be sitting in the car. And we came to expect it. So immediately he parks. We don't go to the car. We don't go to the car immediately until we see the engine is down before we rush to maybe take the bag or whatever. But then it would have been around for like 10 to 15 minutes. And then I see it also in myself because currently or now I also go home, park, and then just stay there. I'm not doing anything. It's not as if what I'm entering is a den. No. But I feel like my breath, I've driven through town and all that, and I'm here.
Let me take some
breather before I go and listen to the the kids and all those kind of stuff. Yeah. So mostly, I'm speaking for myself and what I've seen. Maybe some men do that, but it's not because the house is a den that they are entering.
You know,
it's a battleground.
I have a very funny thing going through my mind.
I don't know about your dad, or I don't know about you, but maybe the man is not in a hurry to get inside because he knows what he has done. Maybe he himself hasn't created a peaceful home to return to.
No.
So now he needs to prepare himself to go and face the trouble he himself has.
Someone will also say that the man is taking some time to call his side chicks and tell them that, guys, I'm going home. Don't call me back. Don't call me by this time. I'm home now.
Well, you know, he's texting his little girlfriend before he enters the house.
We need 30 minutes.
But there are certain things that we actually pick up from our parents, like he said.
Yeah.
It's always best to know what your partner went through growing up. Because whatever it is, he's definitely going to pick certain things he learned from his mom or his dad.
Exactly.
For women, sometimes we see our mom making noise about nothing, and also, or the father doesn't give too much money and she's angry. Automatically, when our husband are not doing that, we've picked that from our parents. We are going to ask that. Years ago, my my brother's wife went to live with my mom. And then when she moved out, she called me. This was something I had never noticed living with my parents for so long. And she called me and said, your mom is different. And I was like, what happened? And she said, oh, my dad said something that was really wrong to my mom. And she was waiting for, a fight, like normal, a woman would nag. My mom was just quiet. She started singing. So she was waiting for evening, maybe dinner embassy or something. And then during the day, my mom was cooking, cleaning. She gave my dad a massage. Like the person was angry. And you could see how scared he was during the day. Like he's waiting for a fight, which is not coming. And that's the discomfort sometimes we need to create for these men.
Oh, I see.
Give him what he's not expecting. The man has done something wrong. Don't be in a haste to correct him. Obviously, he's not a child. You didn't marry a child. You married a grown adult who knows right from wrong. Wait for him to analyze what he's done. And then in the bedroom, correct him that, oh, you could have done it this way. But that time, he's calm. There's no fight going on. His ego is down. But here we are, women. We are in a rush. Why you wait? We are in a ruch to correct him because we think we know.
It's like the bedroom is our judgment place.
Sometimes it's better when you just serve it as it is there and then, or anger. You don't think so.
I actually.
No, maybe you are not addressing it in anger, and I think sometimes that's what people misunderstand. You can do something to hurt someone, and they'll talk about it then. But they are not addressing it in anger. I'm not angry. I am hurt.
Is the person okay to receive the information you are giving? Communication is two-way.
You have hurt me, right? And one thing I always don't agree to is that whenever there's a problem, the person who has been offended, they're telling that person to be the bigger person. But when you were hurting me, you didn't stop to think that you should be the bigger person.
Yeah, but then if we also continue to have that mindset, then we will end up not settling anything.
Yeah, so once in a while, you will receive the impact of the hurt.
Yeah, humans, yeah.
You get it? So if you hurt me and it's like, how can you do this? This thing, I know you and I know that you know this thing will hurt me and you did it. Then I'm hurt. You know I'm hurt.
Okay.
But if I know that it's not something, I know you, like we are all saying, this is someone you are married to or in a relationship, so you know the person. I know that, this person, I don't think he did this intentionally to hurt me. Maybe that is when I'll calm down, wait till the bedroom to address it.
Okay, so when I was sitting here going through my phone, there was this message that I just chanced on, and a woman was driving, and she... How do you do it? Splashed water on the guy standing by the road. He instantly picked a rock to hit the car. And then the woman turned back and asked him, where's the way to the hospital? My mother is dying in the car. That is when he realized it's not always about us. Sometimes you don't know what the person is going through.
Okay.
We never consider that. It's always about us. Oh, he has hurt me. Mm-hmm. Have you wondered what he was going through at that point that he said what he's not supposed to have said?
Okay.
So sometimes just relax, calm down, and let the person also know that what he did is wrong. If the man loves you and he's remorseful enough, he'll come back to you. Okay. Oh, they are mekaye.
So sometimes we don't go back.
Sometimes, yes. That is why you have to address the point to apologize. And let the wind take it away.
So, for you to come up with a book, the experiences wouldn't have come from you alone. You wouldn't say that I experienced everything in this book. That is why I'm putting here. You might have listened to stories from people. You might have spoken to people. You might have also heard feedbacks from people and all that. So from all your interactions with people in dire relationship situations, what one story would you tell me, or would you tell us that it changed your perception about relationship? I mean, one story that you've heard from a friend.
You say dire relationship situations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I just wanted to know if it was intentional.
How
can you be in a dire relationship situation?
People are.
Okay.
A lot of people are in that situation.
She always has a backup. The moment it gets there, she'll fly out.
That's
why.
Need to know
there are some people in that situation. So, in your experience, I mean, what is the story like? And I mean, in the end, how did it end for
Okay,
you?
so a friend's husband lost his job during the COVID era, and she's a spendthrift. So the husband losing the job means she would have to take care of the home. And for whatever reason, he went searching in the car, the woman's car, and found these ecstasies. He immediately
the drugs.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's never seen the woman use it with him. So he assumed she's using it with another person. So automatically the woman has cheated.
Wait, ecstasy. The drug that people take to get high.
To get high.
Sexual aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
It's also worse as a sexual aphrodisiac.
Some are, not all of them.
Sexual aphrodisiac is redundant. Aphrodisiac.
Hey, madam, no. Who they?
This madam.
So he assumed the wife has cheated and quarreled. He wouldn't talk to her. He wouldn't eat her food. And at that time, she found out she wasn't also well. So she had to go through a whole lot of medications, medical issues and all that. And he was quiet. He wouldn't talk to her. She had not done anything wrong. You found something in the car. You didn't talk to her to find out what actually is going on, but you assume that she's done something wrong. And anytime she brought out the conversation, are we okay? He goes like, I'm fine. So there was no avenue for her to actually have a good conversation with him and try to address the issue. This went on for 3 years.
Really?
No sex, no communication.
No sex for 3 years.
Wait.
Nothing.
For 3 years.
Yes.
And they were all
It might even be more because that's what she told me. And they were living in the same house. So now they are
But
like,
On the
man
same
was
bed.
burying
he
the
moved out of the
grudge.
room.
The man was carrying that thing in his head
that
for
the woman
3
has
years.
cheated. So nothing.
Wow.
Sometimes she cook, lay the table, he decides to eat or not. And these are kids observing whatever is going on. And she can't solve the problem. But she claimed she did everything a wife should do. So she'll clean, she'll cook for all those times. She'll occasionally ask him what's wrong. She asked him why he would not come to the room. And he would not basically say anything. So this went on till she actually spoke to the guy's parents about it. They basically didn't do anything at all. Had a conversation with the guy. Anytime the parents came in, she claimed the guy withdrew more. So this was not a problem she could solve. She was like, okay, then it's time to take the drinks. Like she didn't have a solution. So she spoke to her parents. She comes from a family who also believes that marriage is forever. So they will not come through for you. Solve your problem in your marriage. But this is where she didn't even know what to do.
She didn't know what to do.
So I think on one of the occasions, she asked the guy if he's not ready to go on, should they dissolve the marriage? And that's when she found out she had cheated.
You cheated and you didn't even know you
She didn't know.
cheated.
And she was like, this is me going to work, coming home. I don't even go out, no parties, nothing. So how did I do it? It could be you are with your boss. I have a female boss. So what is this? And she said,
But having a female boss.
so they were doing
Now things are happening actually. So
So having a female boss is nothing. Yeah.
So they had a conversation. She had actually given up. And then a pastor comes in. She prayed. And that's where faith comes in my book. Because in everything that we do, I believe God is the center, especially in marriages. So she started praying. I ordinarily will not advise anybody to pray because we all know if you really want things to go well, pray. But God also gave us brains to make sure that we have that sense to make things right.
handle some situations. Yeah.
So she started praying, and I think the guys saw the change in her, and she constantly would tell him that I did not do this, but if you think that I did, that means you don't even trust me, and I am in this with you. And she kept on assuring the guy that she is okay, and she wants this to work. I think by the 4th year, she had given up. And maybe that's when God came through for her. Maybe God believes that when you really lay all your problems to him, that's when he'll make it work. And gradually the guy started changing, believing that she didn't do anything. And he came back to have the conversation, like, let's try again and make this work.
That guy deserves some punishment
So-
for tormenting
yeah,
them.
he does.
For so
So
many.
how did she? Sometimes it depends on how we explain things away. How was she able to explain the ecstasies in the car? You understand? For somebody to believe
So
you,
she said a friend gave it to her. It was
Okay.
on a promo.
Okay.
And she kept it in the car because she had no intentions of using it.
Okay.
So I've been given something, she kept in the car.
Okay.
So she believed when he saw it, he could have just asked. The thing was closed, not even open. So why would you assume that? But
Maybe you've used the pack and
the
then
thing
you
is,
have
we are
extra.
human. You know, when you see a condom in your husband's bag, you will not even assume, oh, or call program B and they gave it to him. You will think, oh, and a side chick.
When it's
When it's a man, then
We jump we jump so quickly into conclusions with so many little things without having a conversation with the other person. So for 3 years, they wasted their lives for nothing.
But this is weird.
It is
Yeah,
not.
men
If
and
you-
But
their
men
ego.
that's a very
men
dangerous
cannot-
situation.
Because how do you
Understand
see
that
this
you
thing-
cheated.
And no, my own is that even if I did it, why wouldn't you address it? Why are you even still in
Ego.
the marriage and ignoring me?
Ego.
Or leave me. Either you
That's a
address
very
it or
heavy
leave
ego
me.
then.
Yeah, I mean, men do. I wouldn't say men. Yeah, people don't see. I have that propensity to withdraw, but not for this long. Usually, I will withdraw for tempers to cool down, or I will withdraw to maybe
observe a
level,
bit.
yes, observe, or to feel that okay, at this point in time, we both are on the same level to have a sane conversation, or at this point in time, I don't have any anger in me for me to see something that will hurt you,
Probably
and then later I'll have
complicates
to
the
come and
matter.
apologize and all that. Yeah, but to go for 3-4 years, I mean that is extreme.
That's wild.
That's
though.
And
that-
without
that's what-
anything.
Yeah.
No address,
Bro.
nothing.
Bro.
That's outside.
No, everything. Everything.
Without,
Oh,
no,
no.
for a
That's-
man to,
that's-
for a man
Somebody
to,
you are living with.
for a man to also
horrible.
do away with sex for 4 years.
No, maybe he was
I think the
doing
woman
it,
should
just not with
confront
his
him.
wife.
He's probably getting it somewhere.
He was
All
doing
that 4
it.
years.
Yeah,
You
because
get it?
if he believed she was cheating, then maybe he will also try to cheat back.
And that will complicate things.
But he would
But
tell
A married
her.
man,
I
4
would, I
years
would actually
without
want
sex.
to defend
I
the
don't
man.
believe it.
He was
I
doing it.
know people who would
A
abstain.
man, men who
Yes.
claim
4 years,
like,
a married
Yeah.
man.
Please,
No.
please don't
I-
say men.
Okay.
Don't
I
say
actually
men.
know
Don't say
No.
men.
Let's
somebody
speak to this
Even
who
man.
has
single
so
men.
much pride that he wouldn't want to approach
even
someone.
single men get sex. How much more a married man who isn't doing it with
Who's
his
now
wife?
used to
Sex
it.
is now free.
That's what I'm saying. That even there's so a
But there are
married
people
man.
with
no.
pride who wouldn't.
I don't
Anyway,
think so.
so
Okay, maybe
let's
you don't
let's
know
now
what
this
people
your
do
pride
behind
will take
closed
you 4
doors.
years.
You don't know what people do behind closed doors.
And
so
Yeah,
let's
Nakuma
zone
Ede,
in,
Papa.
let's zone into the book properly, and
Other
then
parts are not hard, just the hard thing.
Okay.
let's zone in. Let's zone in into the book, and then talk about. I mean, few of the chapters, and then ask some few questions, and then maybe we will get things in proper perspective. I mean, the first chapter I see is that make your spouse a priority. Putting my spouse first doesn't mean that I become second to whatever is important to my spouse.
No, according to the book, it doesn't.
Thank
Yeah.
you, my sister.
It means that basically you have to consider your partner in the things that you do.
Okay.
So you are doing this, but she's on your mind or he's on your mind. How would this
How will it
thing
affect him or her?
exactly? So it's not just like she said earlier. It's not just about you. Sometimes you put yourself in the other person's shoes. Not even in relationships. It has to be most of the time, right? That's what you
Yeah.
said. Okay, now you can.
So it's not about because I'm looking at it like when we see something as a priority, everybody makes a list, and then you put something. The first one is your most important priority, right? But from where she's speaking from, then it means you are speaking of something different, not like the listicle kind of thing.
Even if you make a list,
Opportunity
doesn't
cost.
make it that you've forgotten yourself. You married someone, the two shall become one.
Okay.
Which means that whenever you're making a decision, you would have to go to the person to make it together. Because
Okay.
whatever happens in your life affects hers. So are you having those discussions? Are you going to the person when you need someone to fall to? So that's basically it. I want to believe that when you are married, the person that you took from his or her father's house, as in both, now becomes you. God said, love your partner as he loves the church.
Okay.
What do he mean by that? It means that your partner is you. That's how I believe it.
Okay.
So,
It makes sense.
are you saying that when you put your kids first, you've forgotten yourself? No.
Okay.
It's about both of you coming together to make it work. It's about you thinking that whatever decision that you make at the end of the day is going to affect your partner. So whatever I decide to do, if let's say that your partner is not that educated, but she's also working, are you pulling her along, or you are the only one seeking to do your PhD, your professional courses? Are you helping her grow as you are also growing? So
Okay.
it's both ways for both partners.
Okay. And then also, maybe this will be my last question, and then other people also take it from there. I mean, this is a general question, or it's a question that I've come up in many discussions that I've had with people, and then sometimes I even side with others and the way they put it, that the God factor in a relationship. I mean, if you look at this book, God is central in all the chapters. So the question has always been that, and from the chapter 1 to you made mention of the fact that marriage is an institution that are governed by rules. And in the Christian world, I mean, those rules are the manuals from the Bible and the teachings of God concerning marriage and all that. So does it mean that if you don't know God, or if you don't have God in a marriage, the probability of that marriage working is very low?
No, I haven't said that.
No, I'm not saying you've said that. Yes, I'm putting it to you because you've written on it. You've written a book concerning that. So maybe people want that answers, and I'm testing if you can give us that answer from your own point of view.
Okay, so I am a Christian, so I'll definitely take it from there. But we live in a spiritual world. So whatever you decide to worship, that is an interior part of your life. Assuming you're a Muslim, the Quran forms a major part of your life. What other religion do you have? The traditionalists.
Judaism and all
They would run to
ultimate.
the Juju people to sort them out when they need their help. So we live in a spiritual world. I am a Christian, so I'll definitely put Christian Bible quotes in there. So whichever way you decide to do, I believe God is love, and he instituted marriages. So if you want your marriage to work, let that spiritual being that created you be in there to make it work.
But so are you the type who believes that when a woman's husband is cheating, she can pray and he will change?
I said it initially that I'll never actually. We have common sense. The man decided to cheat because he wants to cheat. A woman decides to cheat because she feels she's lacking something in the relationship. So
No, please take that one again.
Wait.
We will let this thing pass. We will let this pass. Please do it again. A man cheats and what? A woman cheats and what? Please
We want
take
to-
it
we are
again.
not
know
too
they're
clear.
entitled. They will
Yes.
refer you to the Bible that it's okay for men to cheat.
Even before we started, was somebody not saying Solomon, what?
So men feel that entitlement to cheat, but a woman cheats for a reason, because she's lacking something, because she wants more in a relationship. So
Hey.
Did I already tell you that?
It's no job for man.
Because if we've had this argument before about the reasons behind kind of say men cheating and women cheating, so immediately we go like women have reasons to cheat, but men don't have any reason. They can just see anything and they go and cheat. That is where we also have problems with it. Because whatever you call it, the reason why the woman is cheating, the man can equally also say, these are the reason why I'm cheating. And it could be valid.
But
It
men
could
always
be bad,
create
yes.
reasons to cheat.
No, we don't create reasons to cheat. Like we create, because there is no reason
I
at
want
all.
to cheat.
Then
Let me start a fight. Then
you
start
get
a
it.
fight. Then
So,
you say, my wife is
to-
not peaceful. You go
to
and
me, to me, whatever people have, because there are some reasons. We are working on a lot of stories that people also say that, oh, my wife, because maybe she gave birth to after the wife giving birth, she has let herself go. and this is not the kind of woman I married, I'm not saying that this is a reason enough for you to cheat.
Exactly.
But somebody will bank on that reason to cheat. And he has a reason. So if a woman also says, oh, my husband is not giving me enough, and I've seen some Joe boy be down there who is also giving me enough and I'm cheating, that is also a reason. So if we come back and we say, as for men, dear, they don't have reasons to cheat.
That's
but
not
the
a
woman
fair,
has a
fair
reason.
argument.
That is not fair argument at all. We will let it pass.
That's your problem.
When we get here, we will let it pass.
That's your
Because it's not fair.
problem. Believe what you want.
Yeah, so you can ask your question if you have
You
any
can
question
ask-
to
you
ask.
can
You can ask your question.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that I really like the book, and I'm learning a lot. I'm still reading, and I'm
Amen.
learning
Hallelujah
a lot.
to that.
I'm still reading, I'm learning a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
this part I didn't know. In what chapter? Make Love, that's the title of the chapter. And we're talking about how sex means different things to men and women. Of course, we know that, but in a conflict situation, men would rather try to have sex to feel connected somehow.
In conflict situation, as in how?
Like they're having issues. The man will try to have sex, but the
When
woman
it feels
doesn't
like
want to.
it needs to be solved, that they feel like sex can solve everything. But a woman would want
So,
that
like, if there's an
connection.
issue, he will initiate sex to solve it.
Yes,
You know when we are
I don't
fighting,
know.
when we are fighting and it's not such a big deal,
Okay.
but the woman feels like this needs an apology.
Okay.
Okay.
The man feels like, oh, once there's sex, the whole issue just vanishes. Like we are good.
See, what the bay grow. See, we the
Enjoyment is a form
No.
of culture.
They say we are no after the serious and maybe Adria is also looking for an apology.
Just as he may get you a gift for
I think I prefer the
get you a
gifts.
gift to more like
Something
appease
pretty.
what he has done. Giving you pleasure is also something.
No.
Yeah, but I understand that.
Yeah,
when
but
when
I
the
mean too.
underlying factor, the underlying reason have to be resolved before because I mean sex doesn't happen for women the way it happens for men. I mean we are just going pamper, but the woman has to be ready for it, and that readiness comes from mental readiness. Yeah, the heart is supposed to be at peace. She has to relax for those. So if I have things on my mind, raging storm in my heart, and then a man is just like, I mean, let me get it out of the way and then go. And even if she agrees, she's not going to be a participating partner in it. Just because you want it, you just take it and go. But immediately you remove it, we are going to talk about it. You understand? But men will feel like,
You see, this brings me to the chapter in the book where you said you should mind your manners. So definitely, it falls under something like this. When there's an issue, you people have to talk about it. More like have a safe ground that, okay, this is where this person felt wrong. And then this is where I also come. Let's merge and meet each other in the middle kind of way. More like if someone needs to apologize. And in fact, and mean it, not just apologize for apologizing, and then mean it. And then treat the other person fairly that, oh, I was truly wrong by saying this, or maybe this is where it was coming from.
Yeah.
I didn't know it will affect you this way. So please forgive me. You know, some of these talks, if you say it, there's no way the person can't forgive you. Because how you say it counts. Yeah. The time you say it counts. You get me? And your wording also shows the person that truly this person is remorseful. Because I believe that communication as it is always the bedrock of everything. Whether you are talking or not talking, even when you are not communicating, you are communicating in a way. So for every relationship to be strong, I feel that this chapter in your book is something that will be a take home for me because I'm big on communication. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
most of
here
it-
feeling like, based on what he said, communication, wedding, you know, some people, they are very smooth talkers. They can
That one
talk
too
their
exists.
way even out of death by hanging. Just,
She
you know,
has to put
sweet
it that
talk you
way.
right now. And sometimes I feel like they intentionally do something they know will hurt you. Knowing very well that, oh, I'll come and do damage control later. I'll
See,
just go and apologize.
See,
and
this is
she'll
what I
forgive me.
believe. Contrary to what she is saying, if you stay with someone for quite a number of time period, you will know the person very well to the point that when the person is feeling real about this, you will find
Yeah,
out.
you will find
So that being said, Well, there might be instances where you can see that the person is more like trying to outsmart you.
But
you, the individual,
not outsmart, manipulate.
In marriage, manipulation comes naturally. You have to manipulate your way through certain things.
Okay.
No,
I
you have to be good at use.
I don't think you should.
No. I will use the word.
Let's call it
It's manipulation. It's manipulation. I'm married. I'm married for 10 years, and I manipulate my ways through things.
Okay.
And she also does it. Everybody does it.
Wait, so
some
when
women, when there is a problem that we have to resolve, and they think like, okay, I said, too much, they will start crying.
Hey.
Who said no? I said, they will start crying, and it's manipulation.
Exactly.
So are you now?
Nayram
feel like
I don't.
You feel like. I mean, you feel hurt for the person. So I say, one, you take it as okay, she's remorseful. That is why she's crying. And then two, maybe your words are maybe going too hard. And this is the person you love. You understand? So if you see the person crying, even the anger is
they know they are wrong.
Yes,
they'll cry.
Exactly.
By their way out.
That is manipulation. And there are some men. I remember. I kind of say, my friend called me one day. Say, "MP, we were going to the beach or something." Let me say, we may catch this your own penny. I said, "Master, shut up, boy, and then take your shirt and come." When you get angry and you go out, nobody calls you.
What will call you?
Your wife will not call you because who could have before the call you? And when you are angry and then you go out, she won't ask you where you are going. I mean, we go for them.
So you did it.
It's manipulation.
So
I've used that method before.
No, so you just cause a fight.
You can just cause a fight. Not sometimes. You can even say so, me kwaba. The immediately she starts right, then you pick your shirt and then you go. It's manipulation. So these things come, and like you said, you live with a woman who knows you. I live with she lives with a man she also knows. So immediately you are doing this, it's a white sin. They know it. They know that this is what you are doing. So they won't even mind you.
They
so
choose to forgive you, or
they
just
choose
let
to
it go.
or let it go. That one is not the major sin, and that one is not like he says you are smooth talker and then you.
Bro, every sin is sin.
No, but
you have to manipulate.
This is just the intentionally do something. You know, say this thing you are doing. This person will talk, but you're like, Enyeshi, let me just do it. I'll talk my way out.
No. I mean, how can you? What kind of hurt are you talking here?
I don't know.
What level of hurt are you talking about?
I'm trying to give an example, but I don't have any. But
because, for instance,
I've had those experiences.
No, for instance, what I said, she hurt her.
Intentionally will do something they know that you don't like, it will hurt you. They'll do it anyway.
Like, what have you experienced?
They know that when they come and they say, sincerely, I'm sorry, like they are genuine, they show remorse and all that. It didn't mean that what they did was not premeditated.
Oh, that's okay. It could be. That's why I'm asking you the question. Say, what kind of hurt are you talking about?
Example, you catch a cheating husband. That's a very even common example.
You ain't cheating.
Very common.
Whoever cheated on you.
No, I mean that's the most common one I can use. Example, right? He will cry.
A man will cry because he cheated.
Yes, based on the stories we edit.
Oh wow.
He will cry, he will kneel down, he will beg. You even go and call people to talk to you so that you don't leave. But when he was doing the cheating, he knew what he was doing, right?
No.
And maybe he knew that if you catch him, this is what he would do to get out of it.
It's human nature to be remorseful when you are caught. It's not about men and it's not about women. It's human nature. Bro, you catch a thief right now.
There are people who are not remorseful.
No, if you catch a thief right now, but if you didn't catch him, you would have
to show clear on his face. The shyness to show clear on his face.
But his ego
this person has been caught, and you feel very bad that he's been caught.
There are people who are caught and still feel entitled.
Those people have reached
the ego is way out.
They've reached their point.
They are there, and most of the time too, it all depends on. I always say that whoever has something to lose usually is the one who is fanning the ego of the other person. You understand? Because some men feel like okramini where you are not there. You get it? So they can do whatever they want, and then you can't say fuku. Because immediately you say fuku, you are scared to say fuku, because if you say fuku, then the bufu no so quiet, you are going to be at the losing. Yeah, that one, usually those ones are there. But if we are in a healthy and balanced relationship, this thing shouldn't be something that we should talk about. Okay, my last question, and then maybe if nobody.
I'm done.
Okay.
I just like the book.
So I'm keeping it.
Yeah, well, I'm a writer, and when you see a book that is well written, you see it, you get it, or you have a feel immediately. You this one is well written book, and I'm not saying it because you have to get a copy and then you reading it. It's simple.
Very simple.
Me, I don't like
show them.
Easy. It's easy to read.
It's easy to read.
No big grammar that you have to go and carry dictionary to.
Exactly.
I mean,
This is a book you can read on a lunch or maybe one sitting or something like
Within
that.
30 minutes you can finish this if you're a fast reader.
So she this is a whole chapter, right? And one page here, you see the spacing too. You don't even feel like you are reading anything.
Yeah, a lot of white.
Straightforward. No beating about the bush.
And you make your own notes. So she gives you the opportunity to engage with what you've read. So she's not like just coming to dump information on you like some kind of self-help thing. This is more like, let's work through this together.
Yeah. Let's hold hands
attain
and walk
perfection in our marriage or relationship journey together. It's nice.
Okay.
Men who don't know how to give compliments.
I'll get 2 of this book. If I get myself a woman, I'll give her one.
Okay, so finally, who is this book for?
I think I wrote it for everybody. If you really go through, there are certain relationships, even at work, that you need this book to work with. Giving compliments is not just for your partner. There are people around who actually need to be told something nice. I remember there was this day, I had a messy hair in my car. I thought I had a messy hair in my car, and I wrote down because the person beside me kept hooting the horn. I was like, Eddie. So immediately I wrote down, it was a lady. He said, "You are so pretty." That made my day, actually made my week. I was like, this was a good compliment on a day that you are really down. Sometimes just go to your colleague and just tell them something nice. You don't know what people are going through. People are really going through it in life. Be nice to
life
people.
Is going through people.
So yeah, I made it for everybody.
To them from the back.
For people in relationship, thinking of going to relationship, people working, your personal life, everything. So it's for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for gracing our set, Miss Edith, Mrs. Agbeli.
Beyond perfection.
Yes.
Beyond
Wait,
perfection.
how many years have you been married?
15.
You've been married for 15 years.
Does
it mean you married young or you're old, but you look like a small girl?
She's young. I will tell you a story.
Does he look old?
Nesta is old. He's grey hair.
He's a very nice
But
man.
you know, women, we don't get
But it's just
gray
the
hair.
grey.
Plus, it's covered, so you never know.
Grey.
She nearly got married when she was 19. It's a story I will tell you later.
So how old were you when you got married?
Calculate my age.
I'll
tell you off. I'll tell you.
Whatever we say now will not be in the podcast.
Okay, so thank you for watching us. And then, as we always do, if you watch us from Facebook, kindly give us a follow, give us a comment. If you also watch us from YouTube, then you should subscribe if you followed us to this point. And then also, like I always say, if you think our fishes are not nice and you can't watch us, you can also listen on the audio platforms that we keep: Spotify, Apple Podcast. We have Audio Mark and all that. Until we meet again next week.
It's Chat and Chuckles.
Chat and Chuckles. Have a nice day. Done.